Hey, how's it going? Talking Mike here, back again. Let's talk about Wolverine issue number 2. Look, it's the Wendigo. So, Wolverine issue 2 picks up after the events of obviously issue 1, where Wolverine got into a fight with Cyber and things went kind of bad. And Cyber got possessed by this weird gold, yellow liquid, sentient metal thing. And as Wolverine is recovering from what happened, he's enjoying the sunsets in Canada. He's like, man, this sunset is very pretty. I've seen a lot of sunsets because Wolverine's obviously really old. He gets interrupted enjoying his morning coffee or whatever he has by Department H. Department H is looking for Wolverine. Wolverine ends up actually getting away from Department H and actually runs into the Wendigo, surprisingly, and they end up having a knockout, drag out fight. It's actually pretty brutal, but something very interesting actually happens in this issue. Wolverine ends up noticing that the Wendigo is kind of acting a little odd or a little strange, and the Wendigo ends up saying, "Hey, help!" Which, if you know the Wendigo, it only normally says Wendigo. It doesn't know anything else. It's kind of like a Pokemon. It only says its name. So what does Wolverine do? He follows the Wendigo to an abandoned house. And the Wendigo hands him a book, which specifically is a diary of Leonard. Leonard, who is now the Wendigo. And Wolverine reads this journal. We find out that Leonard, the Wendigo, actually came from an abusive household. He was in kind of like foster care almost, with a friend named Ryan. They go to escape, and when we find out things get kind of bad, and to survive, Leonard ends up eating the flesh of Ryan, and that's how he became the Wendigo. As things are happening and Wolverine is finding out what exactly is going on, he decides to help Leonard the Wendigo, and things go from bad to worse as Leonard ends up consuming the flesh of a human. I think it was a Department H human to be exact. And yeah, he gets a taste of blood and things go awry. That's where we're going to leave the story. So I just wanted to show y'all the internal artwork for this particular issue. Here is your creative team right here. But yeah, the artwork's not terrible. I did kind of feel like in some parts in this issue that the artwork, particularly in the models or the characters or whatnot, it seemed a little off, and I wasn't really sure if it wasn't really vibing with me like it did the first issue. So I was wondering if they ended up getting like a different artist at one point, or maybe it was the coloring. I don't really know. But yeah, that was my only really complaint. But we do get this really cool fight with the Wendigo and Wolverine, which I really did enjoy. Which I feel like this is probably the highlight of this particular issue is the Wendigo Wolverine fight for me. But yeah, I did feel like the art was a little off, but it does get really interesting when we get into this part right here, which this is Leonard's journal that he keeps, which Leonard is the Wendigo, if you didn't know that. Or he is a Wendigo, which you can only become a Wendigo if you kill somebody, I think, and eat them in like Canadian land or Canada land or whatever. I don't know. I don't remember exactly, but yeah. Artwork is not bad. It's passable, but I really kind of expected a little bit better from this series because I thought the artwork was a little bit better in the first issue. I have to say this issue for me, in the most part, was kind of a mixed bag all in all. There were things I liked about it and things I really didn't necessarily like about it. The parts that I liked about it were the Wendigo and the fact we got to see more into the Wendigo's past, or this particular version of the Wendigo, I felt it was a very sympathetic character, and seeing how Wolverine interacted and reacted to his circumstances, I found to be very much up what Logan would basically do with any person who was in a troubled person or not. The things I didn't really care about this was they kind of just dropped the whole thing with like the weird gold liquid thing. They dropped that storyline for this, and Nightcrawler is nowhere to be seen in this. I thought Nightcrawler was still with Wolverine at the end of issue 1. Let me know if he was or not, because I don't remember, to be honest. And I didn't go back to look. Now, I'm pretty sure with this second issue, they are taking a little bit of a detour in the story, but I feel like things will possibly get back on track. Another thing I really didn't care for, or it seemed like the art wasn't as up to par in this particular issue in some parts. I don't know if they got a different artist or whatnot, but to me, the art did not seem to be as good as the art in the first issue in some parts. But yeah, I am looking forward to seeing where this goes, even though I didn't really 100% enjoy this issue. But I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt. Maybe this was sort of a low point in this current run. I don't know. I didn't write the book, and I didn't draw the book, so I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, you do get a pretty cool Wolverine Wendigo fight, which we have seen those several times before, if you ever read Wolverine. But they do put an interesting twist on the Wendigo in this issue. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Did you like this issue? Did you not like this issue? Does it get better going forward? Let me know. Comment down below. I'm Otaku Mike, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode.